Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast reported that he has been asked by multiple people within Fox and USA Network about the status of MJF after his program with CM Punk brought in a new level of interest from non-wrestling followers at both networks. He was asked if MJF's AEW contract really doesn't expire until 2024, which is what he stated on TV recently. Tony Khan, by the way, has said that 2024 date is a shoot, so he's not going anywhere for a while. But Zarian says somebody at one of the networks who has been a very reliable source of information for him told him, "I actually stopped what I was doing and listened to him. I don't think I've done that with pro wrestling in a long time." WWE also said to be very interested in MJF. I'm sure they are. I mean, they would be idiots not to be. Why wouldn't they be interested in somebody like MJF? Thankfully, they can't get their hands on him for a while. I don't even want to think about what a WWE-produced, PG, scripted MJF would sound like. It would not be the same MJF that we see on AEW television. That much I can guarantee you. You know, what makes MJF work is that he's allowed to be a heel, and this guy's a heel 24/7. You know, when he goes out anywhere in public, he's a heel. He says outlandish things to get a reaction, yes, but it works for him. He knows how to get heat. He knows how to get people talking. And the things he says would never, ever be allowed. He would never be allowed to get, you know, the really kind of cutting, biting stuff that he says. He would never get away with that on WWE television. He would be a younger Miz with a lame talk show segment spouting off the same WWE buzzwords that everybody else does, talking about the WWE universe. He would be just like everybody else. But when his contract comes due, this guy's going to make bank. He would be smart to play the two companies against each other. I wouldn't wait and then re-sign, 6 months or a year before. I would wait. Is what I mean. I would wait, and I would pit the two sides against each other and get the best possible deal that I can get. That's why Gargano and O'Reilly are free agents right now. But AEW is where he belongs. He could be the biggest star in the business if he wants to be. As good as he is now, he's 25 years old. In 3 years, he'll be even better. And he'll still only be 28 years old. Tony Khan is not letting MJF go anywhere when his deal is up. I can say that with total confidence. He is not letting this guy go anywhere. It ain't happening. We got more information this week on the upcoming Owen Hart Cup. There will be 2 tournaments, one for the men, one for the women, with the finals for both taking place in May at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Owen's widow Martha will be there presenting the trophies to each of the winners. They're promising more details on the Holiday Bash episode of Dynamite this coming Wednesday, so maybe we'll get more news on the tournament formats. We know they will both be singles tournaments, but will they be single elimination format? Are they going to be round robin format like the G1? Someone on the Rampage stream on Friday night asked about Davey Boy Smith Jr. possibly participating in the men's tournament since WWE just released him. I think he would be a natural fit, of course. I think they should crack open that forbidden door and bring in some international talent too. Tony Khan said they have secured footage of Owen from New Japan with Rocky Romero's help for a video that's going to air on Dynamite this Wednesday. Owen wrestled there as a junior heavyweight, so maybe get some New Japan names involved if they can. I'm really looking forward to seeing this play out. And again, you will have people who are still, even after the announcement was initially made months ago, and I talked about all the people who, they're so tribal in nature. All the WWE drones were upset. Why is Tony Khan doing this and exploiting Owen? He never worked for them. Yeah, because he's fucking dead, you morons. That doesn't mean that he can't honor the guy and pay tribute to him. And there's a lot of people who work for AEW who, grew up watching Owen Hart. Some of them even knew Owen Hart. They may have worked with him. So to find something wrong with them doing a tournament in honor of Owen Hart, where a lot of what they're doing is also going to benefit the foundation that his wife set up. Again, these people There's some sort of brain damage. Clearly, there's some kind of mental illness at play here with a lot of these people. But it's really sad to see people latch on to something like that. Of all things, their hatred of AEW is such that they can't even hear about an announcement like this and look at it and go, you know what, that's a nice thing for them to do. And maybe WWE would have done something similar, but obviously, Owen's widow doesn't want to have anything to do with them because, he died on their watch. And you could totally understand why she wouldn't want to do any kind of business with Vince McMahon. AEW stepped in, they worked something out. I think it's a nice thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have planned for both of these tournaments. And I don't have an issue with them doing a men's and a women's. I get it. There's probably a lot of women who want to be part of this just as much as the men do. You're going to have a lot of people who are probably jockeying and lobbying and politicking and saying, I want to be part of this. I want to be in the Owen. And I'm sure there'll be women who want to be part of it as well. At first, when I heard they were doing two, I thought, boy, we're still in the middle of a TBS title tournament. There's a women's tournament that's ongoing as we speak. To do one right after the other like that is a bit much. But if they're not doing this until May, then that's more than enough time.